The viola, VOL, also UK, viol, Italian, is a string instrument that is bowed, plucked, or played with varying techniques. Slightly larger than a violin, it has a lower and deeper sound. Since the 18th century, it has been the middle or alto voice of the violin family, between the violin, which is tuned a perfect fifth above, and the cello, which is tuned an octave below. The strings from low to high are typically tuned to C3, G3, D4, and A4. In the past, the viola varied in size and style, as did its names. The word viola originates from the Italian language. The Italians often use the term viola da braccio, meaning literally, of the arm. Braccio was another Italian word for the viola, which the Germans adopted as braccia. The French had their own names. Cinquisme was a small viola, haut contralt was a large viola, and taillo was a tenor. Today, the French use the term alto, a reference to its range. The viola was popular in the heyday of five-part harmony, up until the 18th century, taking 3 lines of the harmony and occasionally playing the melody line. Music for the viola differs from most other instruments in that it primarily uses the alto clef. When viola music has substantial sections in the higher register, it switches to the treble clef to make it easier to read. The viola often plays the inner voices in string quartets and symphonic writing, and it is more likely than the first violin to play accompaniment parts. The viola occasionally plays a major, soloistic role in orchestral music. Examples include the symphonic poem Don Quixote, by Richard Strauss, and the Symphony/Concerto Harold in Italy, by Hector Berlioz. In the earlier part of the 20th century, more composers began to write for the viola, encouraged by the emergence of specialized soloists such as Lionel Curtis and William Primrose. English composers Arthur Bliss, York Bowen, Benjamin Dale, Frank Bridge, Benjamin Britten, Rebecca Clark and Ralph Vaughan Williams all wrote substantial chamber and concert works. Many of these pieces were commissioned by, or written for, Lionel Curtis, William Alton, Bohuslav Martinu, Twartaki Mitsu, Tibor Sirley, Alfred Schnittke, and Bale Bartok, have written well-known viola concertos. The Concerti by Bale Bartok, Paul Hindemith, Karl Stamitz, Georg Philipp Telemann, and William Walton are considered major works of the viola repertoire. Paul Hindemith, who was a violist, wrote a substantial amount of music for viola, including the Concerto der Schwanendreher,